Hey guys, welcome to another Was It Woke video. So today's film that I'm going to be covering is Gran Turismo. I had no idea going into this film what to expect, if it could be the most woke film ever or not woke at all. Well, I have my clear thoughts and I'm going to convey them to you today. Was it woke? Well, let's find out. So starting off with racial diversity. So there is no racial diversity in this film whatsoever. And what I mean by that is there's no forced diversity. This is based on a true story, if you didn't know, this film. And yeah, this film does not really force in any unnecessary diversity whatsoever. Conveys England and London as it is and all the other settings around the world that they travel to exactly as they're meant to be, with the types of people you'd expect to be there. So yeah, there is no forced diversity whatsoever. So for racial diversity, I give this a 0 out of 10. Second criteria is LGBTQ representation. Straight up, there is none in this film whatsoever. Nothing to worry about in that regard. If you are worried, yeah, it's just there's no LGBT characters, at least that I could see, whatsoever. The film is just a straight up love story between a boy and a teenage boy and teenage girl, and you know that's a big part of the story, but there's no reference whatsoever to LGBTQ. So yeah, 0 out of 10 for LGBTQ representation. The third criteria is toxic masculinity / feminist messaging. There is one little area in this criteria that I have an issue with, where I feel like the men in this film, they go out of their way to portray their arrogance as being problematic, or when they're being overly masculine, it's somewhat toxic or whatsoever. Whatever. It's only a little bit at times throughout the film that I feel like they unnecessarily try to portray it that way. But look, it's there, but it's very minimal throughout in the little moments that it occurs throughout the film. But for the most part, it's in the clear when it comes to toxic masculinity or feminism. So I give it a 1 out of 10 for toxic masculinity / feminist messaging. Fourth criteria is traditions bad, progressivism good. So there is nothing in this film whatsoever that tears down traditions in any way. In fact, if I'm gonna, on the flip side, they actually do promote a positive message about family and whatnot, and even the idea of succeeding and becoming successful, all these sorts of things. It doesn't try to tear down these ideas and try to make things more even playing field or whatever. It's just it's respectful to the ideas of family and what it means to, like, even if you're struggling with your parents and whatnot, or fighting with them, ultimately to come together with them in the end is what life is all about. So yeah, it has a positive message in that regard, and no sign of the negative side of these things in any way. So yeah, a 0 out of 10 for traditions bad, progressivism good. The fifth and final criteria, anti-capitalism / pro-socialism. Once again, nothing to be seen in this regard. There's just no promotion of socialism or no tearing down capitalism. It's just a fair, even film that doesn't deal with those topics whatsoever. Even when it's dealing with its own subject matter, it doesn't try to sneak in these subtle jabs at anything. It is what it is, its own film. It's, if anything, it does promote capitalism because it promotes the idea of, it's an underdog story about a kid that makes his way up and earns his way to winning racing car titles and whatnot. And it's a success story, and so that is the capitalist dream. And yeah, it's a lot to be admired there. So yeah, nothing in the way of that particular criteria. So yeah, a 0 out of 10 for anti-capitalism / pro-socialism. From the 5 criteria, only one of them scored 1 point, and so that 1 gets divided by 5, and we equal with 0.2, which is firmly not woke. Even though I had no idea what to expect with this film, I'm still completely shocked that it was just completely devoid of wokeness. I mean, it's almost insane in this day and age that ever occurs. But yeah, I just have to be honest here, there was none whatsoever. So that was definitely a breath of fresh air. And if I have to say, it's also an icing on the cake that the film was actually good, solid fun. I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, it was a good film and there was no wokeness. So thumbs up all the way around. So definitely go see the film. Nothing to worry about when it comes to wokeness whatsoever. It's just a good, solid, traditional film in that regard. And I think a lot of you will enjoy if you just enjoy a good underdog story. And yeah, nothing to worry about when it comes to wokeness. So hopefully that gave you some insights into Gran Turismo and its inherent wokeness or lack of wokeness. But yeah, thanks for watching my video, guys. I really appreciate it. Any thoughts that you have, I want to hear them all in the comment section below. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye.